Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to the Smackdown review. And Smackdown tonight, of course, was from the Amway Center in Orlando. And if you guys haven't checked out my previous video that I uploaded earlier today, my review of Wednesday's edition of Dynamite is up. So definitely go check out my review of Dynamite if you haven't seen it yet. But SmackDown, this was their go-home show for Clash of Champions, which is this Sunday. And what can I say about this show? This show was fucking terrible. It was absolutely boring. Aside from Bayley's segment and Alexa Bliss going crazy, the show was absolutely terrible. It was god-awful. So let's jump right into the review. So SmackDown opened up tonight with the Intercontinental Championship Ascension ceremony. And this was to promote, of course, the Triple Threat ladder match at Clash of Champions this Sunday, where it's going to have Sami Zayn, Jeff Hardy, and AJ Styles all going at it. So we had Styles end up coming out first. Then Sami Zayn came out after Styles, who Sami Zayn was still holding his old Intercontinental Championship. And then Jeff Hardy, the Intercontinental Champion, ended up coming out. So all three of them were in the ring, along with Corey Graves, and there was ladders that were set up in the ring. So Corey Graves ended up waiting with the mic in hand. Sami Zayn ends up ranting about his Intercontinental title being the real deal. Corey Graves ends up bringing up how they've all claimed to be the rightful champion. So he ended up saying that the match on Sunday will be a winner-takes-all match, with the winner being declared the undisputed Intercontinental Champion. So looks like, Sami Zayn's title will be raised along with Jeff Hardy's title. So I guess we're having two Intercontinental titles because it's going to be undisputed. So Corey Graves ends up mentioning how there is no champion's advantage in this match. So Styles ended up getting on the mic. He ended up ranting to Jeff Hardy about how he cheated to get the Intercontinental Championship. And he ended up saying that he doesn't even know why Sami Zayn is even here. He ended up saying that Sami took the summer off to have some fun and grow his neck beard, and that he's a nobody. Well, of course, WWE ain't going to mention it, because the only reason why Sami Zayn was out for the summer is because he didn't want to work because of COVID. So that was why Sami Zayn was out of action for all those months. Since WrestleMania, after WrestleMania. So Styles ended up saying that he's broken his back to make the title mean something. So Sami Zayn ended up interrupting and ended up saying that none of this should be happening. But it's happening because Styles participated in a tournament. He ended up saying that Styles should have done the right thing and called him on the phone to declare, him as the rightful champion, to declare Sami Zayn as the rightful champion. Sami ended up going on about how dangerous the ladder match can be. He ends up telling Jeff Hardy, Jeff Hardy ends up telling Sami Zayn to shut up, and that he can't believe he's agreeing with Styles. Jeff can't believe that he's agreeing with Styles. Jeff Hardy ended up saying that Sami Zayn should be grateful. And he ended up saying that he and Styles have defended the Intercontinental Championship week after week. Jeff went on and ended up saying that, let's hang these titles high above so that he can beat Sami and then do away with this nonsense on Sunday. So technically, Jeff Hardy wanted Sami Zayn tonight on Smackdown. So then we had the towel bar lowered from the rafters. Jeff Hardy and Sami Zayn then attached their Intercontinental Championships to the hold bar. Corey Graves then ended up wishing all of them luck. The belts were raised above the ring. Sami Zayn ended up watching from the ring apron, and then he suddenly shoves one of the ladders over, which knocked Styles and Jeff Hardy down. Sami ended up yelling, and he ended up hitting Jeff Hardy. Styles ended up going after Sami Zayn, and he retreated out to the floor. And then Adam Pearce comes out. Adam Pearce, this guy, keeps getting television time, but yet WWE can't have Bianca Belair or Mustafa Ali on TV, yet we're getting Adam Pearce getting so much TV time. Why? Why? Adam Pearce needs to get off the TV. So, because he adds nothing to the show. He's probably one of Vince McMahon's yes men, where Vince ends up telling him, oh yeah, go out and announce all this, and be, a manager, a general manager, which WWE said that, they were done with having general managers. I don't understand why he keeps on coming out and making matches. So Adam Pearce ended up coming out, ended up saying sometimes it's best to leave it alone. He ends up announcing that Styles is being added to the match. So Sami Zayn ended up throwing a fit, and Jeff Hardy ended up countering Styles and dropped Styles with a twist of fate. So apparently, Adam Pearce announced that this match is a triple threat match. What? Why are we getting this? Why do we get this tonight? We're going to be seeing a triple threat ladder match on fucking Sunday. This is WWE creative being fucking lazy. Yet we have a triple threat match that we saw tonight, and we're going to have the same match on Sunday. This doesn't make any sense. So we had Jeff Hardy versus Styles versus Sami Zayn. Triple threat match. WWE, like I said, WWE creative being lazy. I don't know why we had this triple threat tonight. Well, we're going to be seeing it on Sunday. Match was, it's the same thing we're going to see on Sunday. It's going to be no different watching the match on Sunday and seeing what we didn't see tonight. Except we're having ladders in the ring. They're using ladders to climb the ladder and get the Intercontinental Championships. It's not going to be any different from what we saw tonight. So Sami Zayn ended up winning the match. Styles ended up hitting the phenomenal forearm to Jeff Hardy. Styles went to go for the pin. Sami Zayn ended up coming in, tossed Styles out to the floor. So Sami Zayn ended up stealing the pin. He got the 3 count on Jeff Hardy. There you go. Sami Zayn ended up winning the match. And who knows? WWE possibly spoiled the winner here with Sami Zayn winning the match on Sunday. So if that's the case, then Sami Zayn is going to be the undisputed Intercontinental Champion. So great, WWE. Just gave away the triple threat tonight. Except no ladders and nobody taking the titles off of the hold bar. And then post-match, we had Styles end up hitting the ring with the ladder. He ended up taking Sami Zayn out with the ladder, and he then knocked Jeff Hardy from the ring apron to the floor with the ladder. Styles ended up looking up at both of the Intercontinental Championships hanging above the ring. Styles ended up bringing a ladder back into the ring. He climbed up the ladder to retrieve the Intercontinental Championships. He ended up grabbing both titles, put them over his shoulders, and that was that. But I wouldn't be shocked if WWE, spoiled it here with Sami Zayn winning the match on Sunday. There you go. But this was pointless. We did not need a triple threat match on Smackdown tonight, when we're going to be seeing it this Sunday. Lazy booking. So then we saw Heavy Machinery backstage. Otis ended up having his Money in the Bank briefcase. And Tucker was holding the lawsuit papers that was served by The Miz and John Morrison last week. Graves ended up saying that Otis has consulted a lawyer for advice. So we went to commercial, and then we went back. SmackDown came back from the commercial. Kayla Braxton was backstage with Otis and Tucker. Kayla Braxton ended up saying that Otis has 1 week to answer the lawsuit from The Miz. She ended up asking if Otis has made a decision. Otis ended up saying that his mom told him that there are 3 people you can trust. And those people are clowns, carnival clowns, 1% milk, and lawyers. So Otis then ended up ranting about lawyers, and he ended up saying that they're not going to steal his Money in the Bank briefcase. So The Miz and John Morrison end up interrupting, and he ended up saying that the lawyers aren't trying to steal a thing, and that they're trying to give the WWE Universe a Money in the Bank holder they deserve. So The Miz ended up saying about how his legal team will take everything Otis has and cause problems for him. So The Miz ended up poking at Otis for how he had Mandy Rose being sent to Monday Night Raw. So Otis ended up saying that where he comes from, they don't settle things with lawyers, and that they can settle this in the ring. So he ended up telling Miz to come get some. And then Tucker was looking at the lawsuit papers. Tucker ended up asking The Miz why his name is the only one on the lawsuit. And John Morrison's name wasn't even on it. So Otis then ended up attacking John Morrison. So a brawl broke out. Officials ended up coming. Of course, you had to have Adam Pearce there. And The Miz and Morrison got away, and Heavy Machinery was yelling at them. And pretty much that was basically that. So then we had Bayley come out. And this was one of the only decent things on this show. And I'll get to Alexa Bliss 1, which that was also a decent part of the show. So Bayley ended up coming out, and she came out with a chair. She ended up taking a seat, on the chair on the ramp. She didn't even get into the ring. So Bayley ended up saying that she could watch that last video over and over, because they showed the video of when Bayley ended up attacking Sasha last week with the chair shot to Sasha's back, and Sasha was wearing a neck brace. So she ended up saying that she could watch that video over and over. But she won't, because a champion's time is precious. And she ended up saying that she's not going to waste any on that poor little crybaby, Sasha Banks. Bayley ended up saying that she has work to do. And unlike Sasha, she has a title match to prepare for. So Bayley ended up mentioning Nikki Cross, who Nikki Cross is going to face Bayley this Sunday at Clash of Champions for the Smackdown Women's Championship once again. And so Bayley was giving Nikki Cross some props. Bayley ended up going on, bringing up how Nikki Cross recently said that their match at Clash of Champions will be different because Bayley won't have Sasha in the corner. Bayley ended up saying that Nikki Cross better watch out. Better watch, out and how she just did her former best friend, because she will do Nikki Cross even worse, starting by slapping the smile off her face. So Bayley ended up picking up her chair, and she ended up saying that then Nikki Cross won't be able to imagine what's going to happen after that. So Bayley ended up looking at the chair. She ended up walking off with the chair in hand. And that was that. But really good promo from Bayley. Really enjoyed this. Bayley, cutting this promo was really entertaining. And then we had Shinsuke Nakamura versus Gran Metalik. Did not care for this at all. Nakamura ended up hitting the Kinshasa to Gran Metalik. Nakamura ends up winning. Post-match, Lince Dorado ended up coming in to check on Gran Metalik. Cesaro ended up rushing into the ring, ended up nailing a gut-wrench slam on Lince Dorado. And Kalisto never came in to help Metalik. So Cesaro and Nakamura end up leaving. Kalisto then end up entering the ring. He ended up checking on Lince Dorado. Dorado ended up shoving Kalisto away, sending him to the mat. And so Dorado and Kalisto end up arguing. And pretty much that was basically that, though. But did not care for this match between Nakamura and Gran Metalik. Did not care for it. So then we had Jey Uso come out. Jey Uso ended up taking the mic, and he ended up saying that he's hyped up. He ends up, talking about his match at Clash of Champions on Sunday against his cousin, Roman Reigns. And it's going to be for the WWE Universal Championship. So we saw Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns watching from backstage. So Jey Uso ended up addressing Corey Graves, and he ends up saying that Corey Graves was supposed to interview him, but that he can have the night off. So Jey Uso ends up showing how he and Roman won the Samoan Street fight last week, where they defeated Sheamus and Corbin. So Jey ended up saying that people have asked him all week about that look behind his back. He ended up saying, let's ask Roman about it. So Jey Uso ended up asking Roman, what's up with that look? So Roman didn't even come out. So the camera ended up cutting backstage. Paul Heyman then ended up walking out of Roman's locker room. And we had Paul Heyman ended up saying that Reigns believes the whole world deserves to hear what he has to say to his cousin, face to face. So Paul Heyman, ends up saying that he absolutely positively happens that the face-to-face discussion will happen in the ring. So Jey Uso was shown watching from the ring. Paul Heyman ended up asking to be excused as he had to go back into Roman's locker room. So Jey Uso then knew something was up when Roman changed his phone number. And he ended up saying, oh, he has Paul Heyman screening everything. So Jey Uso ends up saying that, oh, that's fine, and what's up? Because they will talk later. So pretty much that was basically that, though. So then we had Matt Riddle versus Corbin. This was a rematch from Payback last month. Before that, we had Matt Riddle do his Know You Bro segment. And then Corbin went on about how he plans to show what bro really is all about. So then we saw a picture-in-picture of Matt Riddle responding to what Corbin had to say. So Matt Riddle ended up saying that Corbin has serious anger issues and that he's tried to make Matt Riddle's life miserable. But he can't keep a good bro down. So Matt Riddle went on and ended up saying that he can't wait to throw down tonight, showing the WWE Universe the difference between a stallion and a jackass. So then the match got underway, which the match itself, it was, an okay match. It wasn't, a good match by any means, though, because we've seen this already at Payback between the both of them. But Corbin got the win, ended up hitting the end of days to Matt Riddle. Now was that Corbin ended up winning. I guess we could officially say Matt Riddle is buried on the main roster. He is officially buried. And I can't believe it. This is, once again, WWE with its 50-50 booking. I can't believe it. How do you screw up Matt Riddle? How do you screw Matt Riddle up? Already he's buried. So Kayla Braxton then ended up interviewing Matt Riddle in the ring. This was post-match. And she ended up asking Matt Riddle if he's disappointed. Matt Riddle ended up saying that losing does suck, but he's not going to let this stop the Stallion. He ended up saying that he came to push himself and will continue to grind until Smackdown is the bro show. So that was what Matt Riddle had to say. And there was a point where Michael Cole on commentary ended up saying that Matt Riddle's win at Payback was the best match that Matt Riddle had on the main roster. Michael Cole, don't you remember when Matt Riddle had his match with AJ Styles on his first night that he debuted? That was, in my opinion, one of Matt Riddle's good matches on the other main roster. So, you must have forgot that. It's WWE forgetting that, about Matt Riddle and Styles. Matt Riddle's first match on SmackDown. So then we had a vignette for the mystery woman. Of course, it's Carmella. We're all saying that, it's Carmella. This mystery woman ended up writing untouchable on the mirror in lipstick. She ended up snapping her fingers. We all know it's Carmella. And then we had Alexa Bliss versus Lacey Evans. What happened at the end of the match was pretty cool, but the whole match was just, it was terrible, in my opinion, absolutely terrible. So we had Alexa Bliss going into her trance, and we had Bray Wyatt's laughter hit, and then Alexa Bliss went into her trance. And then we had the red lights. This was at the end of the match. We had Lacey Evans ended up dropping Alexa Bliss on her face. Lacey Evans went to the corner and delivered the moonsault. Alexa Bliss ended up moving out of the way. And then the red lights end up coming on in the arena. The Virtual Boy red lighting. And we hear the sounds of the Fiend. The lights end up coming back up. Alexa Bliss was in her trance. And she ended up snapping. She ended up unloading on Lacey Evans after tackling her. And the referee ended up warning Alexa Bliss, on Lacey Evans against the ropes. But, the referee was trying to back Alexa away. So Alexa Bliss ended up stomping on Lacey Evans' face. And the referee had to call for a disqualification because Alexa didn't even stop. So Lacey Evans won the match by disqualification. Alexa Bliss ended up having her hair messed up. And she had a crazy look in her eyes. She ended up tossing Lacey Evans to the floor. And she ended up dropping Lacey Evans with the Sister Abigail on the floor. Alexa Bliss ended up returning to the ring. And she was staring straight ahead. And the red lighting ended up coming back on. The Virtual Boy lighting came back on. The Fiend ended up appearing on the screen. And Alexa Bliss ended up kept staring straight. And she started smiling. This was, very creepy here. Very creepy, with Alexa Bliss staring and smiling. It was just very creepy there. So we had the red lighting and the Fiend go away. So Alexa Bliss made her exit. She ended up marching up the ramp. And then Roman Reigns came out along with Paul Heyman. So Roman Reigns ended up stopping on stage. He ended up raising the Universal Championship. And we saw Alexa Bliss standing behind him. So Alexa Bliss ended up stopping to look behind her. And she was staring Roman down. And of course, Alexa had, a creepy, look on her face while she was staring at Roman. So Michael Cole ended up saying that we were supposed to get an interview with Roman and Jay tonight. So Smackdown went to commercial. Then when Smackdown came back, Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman were in the ring. Paul Heyman was going to speak, but then Jey Uso ended up interrupting. Jey Uso ended up coming out. Roman ended up taking the mic, and he ended up asking Jey if he wants his side of the story, if he wants Roman's side of the story. Roman ended up saying, to be honest, he would give Jey the title if he could. He ended up saying, but the truth is that Jey wouldn't even know what to do with it. He ended up saying that Jey doesn't understand the accountability or the responsibility of being on top, or the passion of being the face of the company. He ended up saying that his entire life he's dependent on his brother. So Reigns ended up saying that Jey is half the man he is, and that he's one half of the greatest tag team from this generation. And because of that, their family is so proud of him. But Reigns ended up saying that their family relies on him being the tribal chief. And he ended up saying that's not Jey, and it never will be, because it will always be about him. It will always be about Roman. So Jey Uso then ended up taking the mic because Roman walked past Jey Uso. Paul Heyman ended up following Roman out of the ring. Jay then took the mic and he ended up asking, what if Roman is wrong? So Roman ended up stopping on the ramp and he ended up listening. Jay ended up asking why he can't be the one to provide for the family and why can't he provide for his wife and kids, who are, of course, Roman's nephews. So Jay ended up saying that he's been fighting his whole life, but Reigns has been on top. So Jay ended up saying that people see Roman and they call him the big dog, the main event. But he ended up saying, but when people see him, they ask, which one are you? So Jay ended up saying that after Sunday at Clash of Champions, people now say they know him. And that he's the one who beat Roman, who beat his cousin Roman for the Universal Championship. And that will be him. So Jay ended up dropping the mic. Roman continued marching up the ramp to the back. And Jay ended up exiting the ring. He goes up the ramp. And he ended up mentioning Jimmy, of course, his brother. So Roman then ends up running back out. He suddenly comes running back out, and he ended up dropping Jay with a Superman punch on the stage. Roman then kneeled down over Jay, putting the Universal Championship in his face, and he ended up yelling about how he feeds his entire family with the Universal Championship. And now Jay wants to take it. Reigns ended up saying that Jay will take the payday and the ass whooping that comes with it, but he will never take the Universal Championship and will never take his place at the head of the table. So, and Jay then started to recover, and Roman was standing back over Jey Uso, staring down at him. Paul Heyman was watching, and that was basically how SmackDown went off the air tonight. But I thought this segment was decent here with Roman and Jey Uso. But aside from Bayley and Alexa Bliss going crazy, and Roman and Jey Uso, which I forgot to mention was the other thing that I liked about SmackDown tonight. Aside from those three things, everything else on this show was absolutely terrible. This show was god-awful. And Clash Champions, I might as well call it Trash Champions because it'll probably be shit on Sunday. Overall, terrible show SmackDown was tonight. Anyways, that's it for the SmackDown review. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this review. Definitely give the video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and until next video, I'll see you all later.